YouTube, it's Satch. Welcome to Driver 81. I've been given the job of making a video on 5 things that I love about this Mercedes-Benz E-Class W212 Sport. To be honest with you, it's going to be the easiest video I've ever made. Let's do it. So the number one thing I love about this car is the sheer comfort of the car. This car is absolutely beautiful. It drives like it's gliding along water, like it's floating on a cloud. And that's no surprise because it sits on air suspension. They call it the Mercedes Airmatic suspension, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'm driving along here. This is a really quite a bumpy road, and it just feels so smooth, and you don't feel any like you're moving around or any divots. You barely feel the potholes in the road or the uneven surface. It just glides over it, so it's absolutely beautiful. And I can't think of any other car that I've ever owned that gives that effect, and I truly believe it is due to the air suspension. So it has to be the number one thing for me driving this car. It is the absolute comfort while gliding along. Couple that with the fact that the seats are extremely comfort. You've got many different variations of where you can position the seat, and that will allow you to get a position which is ideally comfortable for yourself. A lot of my other cars, if I'm driving for say 15-20 minutes, I'll start to get a bad back because I can never really quite find a really comfortable spot. This car, however, it's so beautiful. I could fall asleep in it. It has the heated seats as well, which just gives it that extra little benefit of comfort. I could fall asleep. I could fall asleep in this cockpit here right now, but I won't because I understand I've got a job to do. So let's move on. So moving on to the second thing I love about this car, and it is the looks of the car. So compared to its successor, the W211, this car, the W212, is, I believe, bolder, it's bigger, it's styled better, it's more eye-catching. Certainly the colour is more eye-catching. You couldn't get this colour in a W211, and that's one of the things that brought me to this car, the colour of the car. I absolutely love the colour. The looks of the car for me are absolutely fantastic. I actually prefer the estate version of this car than I do the saloon version. For me, the saloon version, the rear end sits up just a little bit too much, and I get that that's what's contributing to it being such a comfortable ride. But I've always had a thing for Mercedes-Benz estate cars, and this is the first one I've ever owned. So I just love the looks of this car. It flows nicely, and it has an aggressive, mean sort of front-looking end. This is the sport model, so it does have the quite nice daytime running lights on it, and a few other bits and bobs like the sport AMG alloys as well. So that's the second thing I love about this car, and it is the looks of the car. So moving on to the third thing I love about this W212 E-Class Mercedes, and we're going to get into the miles per gallon. This car, I'm really impressed with the MPG at the minute. I'm driving sort of in and around the doors, sort of local area, stop start quite a lot. It doesn't have the stop start technology, of course, but I am stop starting in traffic lights, and I'm getting 40 miles per gallon at the moment, which I think is pretty good for just simply driving around the streets. I would expect to see an improvement on that if I was doing a lot of long journeys, but at the minute I'm not. I'm just doing local, maybe say 5 or 6, 7 or 8 miles per day, and it's all stop start up and down hills. 40 miles per gallon, I am impressed with that. And moving on, the next thing is the amount of space this car has. This car, I use the term space because that's what it seems like to me. It seems like a spaceship. It's absolutely huge. Inside, I've got so much space here. I'm nowhere near touching the other side of the car. I've probably got another arm's length to go and I'll touch the other side of the car. Rear seats, I've sat in the back of those. Ample space for 5 adults. In the boot as well, I've never seen such a big boot in all my life. Coming from a 3 Series estate where the boot was actually half the size of this. I know they're a different class of car. You've got to, if you want to match a BMW, you've got to really look at the 5 Series estate. But this car, boot wise, I did actually put the rear seats down as well, and you could probably get away with, if you wanted to go away for the weekend, you could sleep in the back of there. So you could put your stuff on the seats or somewhere else in a roof box, and you could camp in here absolutely no problem. I can lie down here with comfort and ease, and I'm 5'10", so I would say even a 6 foot I could do the same. So the amount of space it has, it just feels like an absolute whopping big great spaceship, and I love it. Okay, so the final thing on the list of things I love about this car is the engine, the gearbox, and the smooth gear changes that it gives. I would say this is the second best gearbox I've ever had in an automatic daily driver, and I've driven a lot of automatics. This is the second best, only second to the Porsche PDK Autobox, which is phenomenal. It's intelligent, it's super quick. This is also good, not as good as the PDK, but this gearbox I believe has been around for a long time and it just knows when to shift. It's super smooth, you can't even feel the gear changes at all. And like I say, the engine of the car has, it's a 2.1 litre diesel engine, and it gives out, I think it's 201 brake horsepower. And when you need to put your foot down, it absolutely shifts. My only slight gripe about this is that because the car is such a big unit, when you're at a standstill and you put your accelerator down, you need to obviously get over that initial inertia. So when you put your foot down, it doesn't always move as quickly as you'd like it to. It's not bad, and I'm not slating it, but it just needs to get over that initial inertia. It doesn't happen when you're actually driving. When you, say for example, if you're in 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, and you want to put your foot down, the power's there. From standstill, that's when you may need to wait an extra second. So that's it. Those are the 5 things that I absolutely love about the Mercedes-Benz E-Class W212. Like I say, this is the estate version. You can obviously get the saloon version as well, which I'm absolutely sure that will be just as good as this car. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it informative, helpful. It may well serve as a guide if you are looking to maybe buy one of these cars. I found a few YouTube videos very helpful when I was looking at problems to buy, so problems when buying. So what I'm going to be doing is making a few videos on things to look out for if you're buying, so maybe search the YouTube channel for those as well if you are in that boat. As I say, thanks very much for watching. I would really appreciate if you can like the video, and also if you can subscribe to the video as well. Keeps the channel going, and at least I know I've got some sort of audience there to put my videos out to. I'm currently at 25,000 subscribers. I'm looking to get to 100,000 subscribers. It would be amazing if I could get there, but I need your help, of course. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.